Hello friends, today we will discuss about the lifecycle hooks of LWC. Shall we start? Okay. In our previous session, we have learned simple hello world LWC and what is the LWC reactive. Today we will discuss about the lifecycle hooks of the LWC. Basically, there are 6 lifecycle hooks of the LWC component, including constructor. Let's start with the constructor. Constructor we all know from the object-oriented programming language. Whenever the object of a class get instantiated, the constructor will get automatically called. Here in LWC, we use the constructor with a super keyword. Why? Because we are extending the lightning element here in our LWC class. So whenever we extend some other class, we will have to use the super keyword inside the constructor. There are no in detail example for now. Whenever I will have any example, then I will share with you. Let's move on to the connected callback. So connected callback will call whenever the element or component inserted into the DOM, and the sequence of the connected callback is from parent to child. So let's say whenever we have two components, one is parent and one is child, then the connected callback call first from the parent, and then connected callback of the child will call after the parent. So here I have created two components. One is component container and another one is hello world. In component container, I have also added the lifecycle hooks and I have added the console with parent prefix. And in my child component, I have added the child in every console. And here in my parent component, I have rendered hello world as a child component. We will see about the parent and child component relationship and how to render the child component in our next session. Let's move on to the lifecycle hook again. So as we discussed, connected callback of a parent. So here this connected callback will call first from the component container JS and then hello world. Let's move on to the rendered callback. So here in rendered callback, the sequence of execution is reversed than the connected callback. So here in the rendered callback, the child rendered callback will call first and then the parent rendered callback will call. So whenever the component rendered in the DOM, the child rendered callback code will execute first and then the parent code execute then. So based on the requirement, we can decide what code will go in which hook. Okay, and let's move on to the another hook. This is the render. I am not going to include here because for render we will have to do more exercise. Render mostly use whenever we have more than one HTML and we want to render those HTML based on some criteria or based on some different requirement or based on different UI. So we will take another session for render lifecycle hook. The disconnected callback hook will call whenever the component or element removed from the DOM. So I did one exercise for connected callback, but first we will see the sequence of lifecycle hook execution. Then I will explain the disconnected callback. The error callback here I have not included in this session. We will take another session for this. Here I have one community page is ready to explain the sequence execution of LWC Lifecycle Hooks. But for that, let me show you here. In previous session, we have rendered the hello world component in the community page. But in this case, we have rendered the component container, which is the parent component, and this parent component contains the child component hello world. Let's move on to the community page. Let's do the inspect element, and then let's reload the page. And here we can see the console of the lifecycle hooks. So the parent constructor which is called from the component container. So constructor of parent called first, then connected callback of parent is called, and then child constructor is called, and then child connected callback is called. And see, notice here, the child rendered callback is called, and then parent rendered callback is called. So this is the sequence of a lifecycle hooks from parent to child. Let's see for the disconnected callback. So whenever the component disappear or remove from the DOM, the disconnected callback will call. So here on click of hide hello, I have removed the hello world component from the DOM. Let's click on it. So the child component disconnected callback is called because the child hello world component is removed from the DOM. And the parent rendered callback is called again, and rendered callback is called on every movement of a element in the DOM. So let's click again to show the hello world, and the connected callback and rendered callback of child will call again, and also constructor. Here we can see the child component constructor, child component connected callback, and child component rendered callback call again. And as I said, the parent rendered callback is called again. So on every movement of a element, the rendered callback is called. So make a notice, the code which we want to call only once whenever the DOM is appear or rendered in the the component want to appear or render in the DOM, then only the connected callback we should call, or we will have to define some variables so the rendered callback don't call again and again. We will see in more next videos how we can prevent the recursion in rendered callback. Yeah, let's move on to the coding part, how I do the hide and show hello word component. So here for disconnected callback, if you have noticed that the hide and show label of the button was also get changed. This is what we see in reactive of LWC. So I have added one button here, lightning button. In that I have added the label using the variable, so we can make it reactive and we can change hide and show text of the button. And on click of that button, I have called this hide hello world method. Let's see what I have done in hide hello world method and what includes button label. And also here I have added this condition, so hello world child. So this variable also get changed on click of this button. So whenever this variable is true, then and then my child component will display on the DOM. So the three exercises I have done to learn the disconnected callback. First is so hello child variable I have used, another label I have used, and another the button click handler. Let's see what I have done in JS. First, I have declared button label as a hide hello. The button label will be hide hello, and the show hello child component will be true. So hide hello child component is true means whenever we load the page, my child component will get rendered. Let's see for on click of hide hello word. On hide hello word, I change the value of show hello child to the reverse. This is the reverse or not operator. So whatever the change value of a show hello child variable will get reverse. If it's true, then it will become false, and if it's false, then it will become a true. So whenever it becomes false, the child component will disappear or removed from the DOM. In that case, disconnected callback will get called. And here I have changed the label of hello word as well. So whenever we have a child component is there, in that case I have used the label hide hello, and when it's false, then I have used show hello. So based on ternary operator and using the not operator, I did this exercise to show and hide the component, and based on that we learned the disconnected callback. Why we use the disconnected callback? This hook mostly used to clear the or purge the cache and to remove the event listeners. And we can reinitialize the class variables, also remove the some sessions variables from this disconnected callback. Let's see on community page again to understand the disconnected callback. Let's reload it. Here we have callback or console log from the different hooks. Let's click on hide hello. See here my child component is removed from the DOM, so my child disconnected callback is called. Why that my child component get removed? Because on click of this button handler, I have reinitialized the variable as a false. Once I will click again show hello, that variable will reinitialize with true, and my child component will rendered or added in a DOM again. So all other child lifecycle hooks will get called again. Okay, that's it. Is it simple? Yes.